So as you guys can hear, I am losing my voice even more now. I sound worse than I actually feel, which, you know, is a good thing. But tonight, let's make a roast. So I've just put my oven on preheating. It's a small oven, so I've just put it on fan bake for 150, and I've got my baking tray with my reusable baking paper. So the stuff is great. It is kind of a plasticky material, but you just wash it and reuse it, and I love it. It just saves so much money. So this is the meat we've got for tonight. New Zealand bollard roast. And the veggies that we have for tonight are potatoes, red kumara, carrots, orange kumara, and zucchini. So for the flavouring on the meat, I'm just going to keep it quite simple tonight. I'm going to do some parsley, some garlic, and some butter. And of course you guys have seen me use this before. This is my preferred method of like smashing things up. It's a lot of fun. So here we have the smashed up garlic. Of course, there are easier ways to do this. You could chuck it in a blender, you could buy it already smashed up. But you know what, sometimes I like being able to smash something myself and get a little frustration out at the same time. So here we've got our butter. I did melt it a bit more than I would have liked to. But to this butter I'm going to be adding my parsley. And guys, I don't measure anything. I eyeball everything in all my cooking, and if I've baked something for a long time and I've done a lot of baking of that one particular item, I'll often eyeball my baking as well. I only tend to measure things if I am doing it for the first time, so I do apologise. I will never be able to give you measurements of things because I just don't measure them. So we're also going to add our garlic into here. And we're going to just do that next as well. Then we have our butter. So I'm now going to poke some holes in my meat because I want that butter to kind of get into the meat. Okay, so now we have put some holes into our meat so that the butter can seep into it. And now we're just going to put our garlic butter all around it. So there we have our roast and covered in the garlic butter, and I'm just going to cover that with some tin foil and put it in the oven. So while the meat is starting to cook, I'm going to cut up the veggies, but I'm not going to add the veggies until a bit later. So I'm going to give the meat a bit of time to cook in that tin foil, and then after about an hour I'm going to take the tin foil off and I'm going to chuck my veggies in, and then I'll chuck the tray without tin foil or anything back into the oven for it to finish cooking. So I just took the skin off everything off camera. So here is our two kumaras, our zucchini, our carrots and our potatoes. Of course you are more than welcome to leave skins on your vegetables. Most skins are edible. I just like to remove mine. So now that I've peeled all the skin off these, I am going to cut them into bite-sized pieces and put them in about half an hour to an hour-ish, depending on how the meat is looking. So just remembering guys, the bigger you cut this, the longer it's going to take to cook. So if you want something that will cook a lot faster, cut them a lot smaller. Carrots will cook quicker than like potato and kumara, so you can cut those a bit bigger, and the things that are going to take a bit longer, you cut them a bit smaller. Pumpkin and zucchini or like squash or something is going to be the quickest to cook, so those can be left pretty big if you want to. So here are our veggies chopped up and ready to put in the oven.